It's about to happen. We are about to witness the largest wealth transfer in the history of the world. Bitcoin is about to hit $100,000 with projections that it will actually go up to about $130,000 this year before speed running to 500,000 and then 1 million. As a result of Trump's policies that he's going to be forming an entire team to advise him about cryptocurrency, to advise the president and the White House about crypto and other factors. Guys, it's about to happen. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of what's going to happen now, crypto's rise, and how you can ensure you are not left out of what's going to happen going forward, and you will get a piece of that pie. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
The Bitcoin rocket ship keeps climbing. Prices moving above $99,000 today. The cryptocurrency's market cap, the price multiplied by circulating supply. It's nearly $2 trillion now. Joining us here on set are X2B co-founders Michael Bressler and Benoit Bosque. X2B is a crypto advisory firm. The pair launched earlier this month. Michael was most recently EVP at PIMCO, while Benoit was a portfolio manager at Millennium. Both have spent time at crypto market maker GSR. It's great to have you both here on set, so welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So of course I got to start with this moment, the news of the day. And Michael, I'll start with you on this. The fact that we've seen this torrid run in Bitcoin right now. I guess just what is propelling this, especially as you have Gensler stepping down as SEC chair, you have options trading and Bitcoin ETFs, and the likes of MicroStrategy going to the market to snap up everything they can in terms of supply?
Look, there's so many things happening at the same time. Obviously, the election was a big catalyst here, and the markets have spoken, and you can see that that's been very positive for the market. We were watching on the way over here, right? Bitcoin ticking. We said, is it going to be 100,000 right now? And we remember the celebrations we had when it was at 1,000 and at 10,000. And now here we are about to be at 100,000. And I think at some point, not too far in the distant future, we're going to be thinking about $1 million Bitcoin price. And really, it's just a confluence of everything happening all at once.
And so, Benoit, I want to get your thoughts on why now is the time to establish this firm then. I mean, we had Brian Armstrong from Coinbase on a couple of weeks ago, right before the election, and one of the things he said is he sees cryptocurrency more broadly entering this utility phase. How do you see it?
No, absolutely. Crypto is at the intersection of technology and finance, and a lot of the founders are really technology specialists. So we wanted to come in and assist them with the financial side of their protocols and token launches. We have seen a lot of innovation on the infrastructure side, and now indeed we're entering the consumer side where we're going to see more broader retail adoption. We think there's going to be a lot of use cases for crypto. We're already seeing it in stable coins, in meme coins, in prediction markets around the election. There's going to be more. We see crypto gaming coming. For a lot of those applications, you won't even know that there is crypto behind it. The blockchain technology will be abstracted, and we think what it's bringing in terms of decentralization, portability, as well as data ownership will be things that will be tough to leave behind.
Michael, there's a lot of opportunity here, but clearly there's also a lot of danger, as there is in the stock market too. I mean, Bitcoin is a great spokescoin for all the other stuff out there, but there's a lot of junk out there. And I remember a few years ago, there was a lot of, initial coin offerings, gaming stuff springing up around that never amounted much. People lost a lot of money. How's that going to go better this time?
Yeah, it's a great question. We were thinking about toward the beginning of our career during the internet creation, right? When all these stocks were coming up and all these different things were being created. And, we're seeing something similar now. And what's really great is, especially with the new administration coming in that seems to be much more crypto friendly, we're going to have new rules, new regulations, a clearer roadmap. And one of the main reasons that Benoit and I established X2B was to bring professionalism and bring a lot of the lessons that we learned from traditional finance, all of those things that made finance be able to grow in a controlled way, in a productive way, and hopefully in a way that didn't hurt anyone in particular. This is what we need right now.
We are about to witness the greatest wealth transfer in the history of humanity. One thing that you need to consider is the fact that baby boomers also know very little about cryptocurrency, but they are greedy. So they're going to see what's happening right now, It's too late, guys. Bitcoin is about to become a national reserve currency. Trump is going to be purchasing 200,000 Bitcoins. They cannot be sold for at least 20 years. That's what he's going to establish. That is going to be the actual wealth that America has. Okay? And it's going to foster many other cryptocurrencies. It's going to lead to significant additional growth. I want you guys to wake up and realize this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. A lot of the boomers will be jumping into crypto now. They don't know much about crypto. They're going to be rushing, and they're going to be specific coins that are going to see massive gains. They're going to 100 times and 1,000 times. You might think that's an exaggeration. There are many coins in crypto that have done even, well over 1,000 times. It happens all the time. If you consider Dogecoin, where it was trading, what it was originally trading for, a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny, and now one Dogecoin is like 46 cents. This is no time to be playing around. Okay? No time to be playing around. I will make this very clear that for most of you, this is your final chance. This is your final chance to become a millionaire. This is your final chance to secure your future. This is your final chance to survive the hard times that are coming. Even $100 investment in the right cryptocurrency can make all the difference. And I actually teach you all of these things, guys, over in the academy. The financial world is transforming at lightning speed, and the opportunity to build life-changing wealth is vanishing fast. Bitcoin has skyrocketed past $90,000 and is racing towards $100,000, already out of reach for most people. But there's one specific cryptocurrency still poised to explode 100 times or even 1,000 times in the coming bull run. This is your chance to act before the masses catch on. With Donald Trump confirming a $1 trillion U.S. cryptocurrency investment as a national wealth reserve, you cannot afford to ignore this moment. At Angry's Crypto Academy, we'll teach you everything you need to know, from buying and selling cryptocurrencies anonymously to creating a decentralized bank account. Even if you know nothing about crypto, we'll guide you every step of the way. The clock is ticking, and these cryptocurrencies won't stay under the radar for long. Don't miss your chance. Join Angry's Crypto Academy today and uncover the one crypto that will make you rich. Click the link in the description of the video to get started.
Welcome back. Bitcoin has been on fire. Take a look at Bitcoin this morning at $93,761. The cryptocurrency touching a new all-time high of about $94,000 yesterday. As the Trump rally continues, Trump Media and Technology Group also reportedly in advanced talks to acquire crypto exchange Bakkt. Bakkt says it does not comment on, quote, market rumors or speculation. The acquisition would mark Trump's latest move into the world of crypto after promising to explore crypto-friendly policies on the campaign trail.
Just to interject very quickly here, many of you guys have heard of Truth Social. That's Trump's social network. It's his social network that's comparable to Twitter. There's a lot of people who do use it. You have to understand something, though. So Trump's company is his company that is behind Truth Social, and it's actually on the stock exchange. I believe it's like DJT, so Donald J. Trump. But something you need to understand about his company, it is not simply a company for Truth Social. It's actually a tech company. Yes, Donald Trump launched his own tech company. Their first product was Truth Social. So now they're looking to purchase a cryptocurrency exchange. Guys, this is insane. This is madness. Think about this carefully. They're going to purchase a cryptocurrency exchange while Donald Trump is president. This is unprecedented. This is unprecedented. So his technology company is going to be doing all of these things, and of course he's going to create policies that favor him. Because I love Trump. Absolutely love Trump, but he's going to do what's best for Trump as well. So he's going to create policies that are centered around cryptocurrency and ensuring that he's going to make as much money as possible. Right now he's talking about purchasing, 200,000 Bitcoins, which was roughly the equivalent of around $1 trillion, and creating and using that as a reserve. But with this news that he'll be purchasing the exchange, don't be surprised when they also begin purchasing other currencies as well. Like I said, guys, there's actually a group of cryptocurrencies. I call them my top 5 These 5 cryptocurrencies are the cryptocurrencies that are going to make a lot of people very wealthy. They use central technology that is designed to really move the world forward. So the creator of Ethereum actually said the most boring thing about blockchain, or about crypto is crypto, because the blockchain technology is really what's so pivotal. And a lot of these technologies, a lot of these cryptos are actually linked to the technology. So it's absolutely insane. And you learn about that over in Angry's Crypto Academy. Definitely want to go and check that out.
Joining me now is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us how Ripple fits into this whole crypto framework that we're actually understanding better and better recently.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. The United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. If you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So sure. 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Look, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. I mean, these are big economies that are leaning, the U.S. really has been the outlier in many ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. So talk to us about your outlook for crypto under the Trump administration and this deregulation that Trump is underway, thinking about and talking about. Look, he's been putting together a cabinet. We still don't have his idea on a Securities and Exchange Commission head, CFTC head. All of these agencies want a piece of you, want a piece of the crypto industry. They all want to have some kind of a regulatory, role here. Do you think you get more clarity under the Trump administration? Who's running things?
Yes, we want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. We're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S. role in that. Trump reportedly meeting privately with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, on Monday to discuss key appointments for the second Trump administration. So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world. There's a lot of work to be done. There was a lot of damage done over the last 4 years that all of us in the industry and working with our policymakers can kind of get going on to restore the U.S.'s position as a global leader.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it would speak volumes if Trump put in a crypto expert in the SEC. That would be unbelievable. Or CFTC. Where does Coinbase fit into all of this?
I mean, Coinbase has been a really important voice in this. I think, three key players came together during this election cycle. Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz came together to really make sure that crypto was front foot on the agenda. And I think we will get someone at the SEC who is very familiar with crypto. There's a couple names still in the mix that I think are very strong candidates. And the nice thing is, these are people who don't go in with we're going to attack this industry. And it really did turn out to be, at a minimum, unethical and a maximum unlawful. And again, federal courts are saying that, not just Brad Garlinghouse.
Right. And Trump has talked about the stablecoin industry as well. You're about to launch a stablecoin. Is that right?
We are indeed. Ripple announced not too long ago, we're announcing something called RLUSD or Ripple USD. The stablecoin market now is 170, about $180 billion. And the largest player is called Tether. We think there's an opportunity for the Ripple of the world, we're an institutional use case, selling into banks, solving that cross-border, and really making payments cheaper, faster. We think this is a perfect use case of these technologies.
So, guys, I mentioned earlier that there is one cryptocurrency that I'm looking at right now that I know is going to skyrocket 100 to 1,000 times, and this is going to literally be the crypto that will be sitting alongside Bitcoin. With that said, there are another 5 coins that are going to have massive impacts on society. Ripple is going to be one of these coins. The BRICS cryptocurrency, just to be clear with you, is likely going to be based around Ripple, XRP, because the technology is already there, allowing for cross-border transactions instantaneously almost, compared to the SWIFT payment system that is owned by the United States. This is the reason why the United States can freeze funds immediately. If you have $500 million or $500 billion or $1 trillion in United States dollars, guess what? They can be seized at any moment by the United States. They can be taken away from you at any moment by the United States. And that's one of the reasons why you now have Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They make up 40% of the global economy, saying that they're creating their own currency, okay? Their own reserve currency of the world. And other countries are quickly rushing to join them. I will not be shocked when Mexico joins them, because keep in mind, Mexico is receiving a lot of business from China right now. China is manufacturing a ton of products in Mexico and then shipping them into the U.S. using that Mexico American agreement, so they can basically move their products into the U.S. and they are able to bypass the whole tariff thing. So that is something very much to consider. This is a very, very significant moment in history for all of us. The crypto market is heating up, and the chance to create life-changing wealth is slipping away fast. Bitcoin may already be out of reach for most, but there are 5 hidden cryptocurrencies poised to explode 100 times or even 1,000 times in the coming bull run. These coins are flying under the radar now, but not for long. This is your chance to act before the masses wake up. Governments and corporations are gearing up for the next crypto revolution, and those who position themselves early will reap the rewards. These 5 game-changing coins have the potential to turn a small investment into generational wealth. At Angry's Crypto Academy, we break down the exact cryptos to hold, why they're set to soar, and how you can secure them with minimal risk, even if you're new to crypto. The clock is ticking. These opportunities won't last long, and missing out could mean losing your chance at financial freedom. Don't wait. Discover the top 5 cryptos to own before it's too late. Click the link in the description to read the full blog and start your journey to wealth today.
I can understand because slowly but surely you're seeing financial services get it and start implementing crypto stablecoins in their businesses. Trump, of course, has vowed to fire SEC Chairman Gary Gensler on day one. I said day one. And Gensler has recently signaled that he may soon resign after President-elect Trump's massive election win. Here's a look at some of the rumored contenders Trump is considering for the chairman of the SEC, Brad. And I want to get your take on what's the most important thing that person should do in the early days of this new role at the SEC, should one of these folks get them.
I think working with Congress and identifying here's the gaps in the existing laws that create the confusion. I think, I don't know all those candidates personally, but there's a bunch of very strong candidates up there that I think aren't going to pretend that, hey, the rules are clear. Gary Gensler would testify in front of Congress and literally say the rules are clear, but in the next sentence, he wouldn't answer the question, is ETH a security? So to me, it's just this, head in the sand. It's a new dawn for crypto in the United States, and I think we really can make this the heartbeat of the crypto and blockchain industry in the next 5 or 10 years.
For so many people, they feel like the people who are writing these rules, writing the framework for crypto, actually don't understand it. I mean, do you think Gary Gensler actually understands the crypto business?
One of the most frustrating things about Gary Gensler, he actually taught classes at MIT about crypto. And if you watch the videos of him teaching these classes, and then you listen to him after he became the chair of the SEC under Elizabeth Warren's kind of guidance.
Oh, I see where you're going.
It was a night and day difference. And so
he is smart. He understands, but he's political.
Extremely. And hypocritical.
Yeah.
Look, literally the federal courts were calling the SEC under his leadership, these are exact quotes, arbitrary and capricious, failing to follow a faithful allegiance to the law.
Wow.
They were even sanctioned in one case in Utah, that the SEC was sanctioned by a federal judge. This is not what we want from our government institutions, to work for the people and to actually protect investors.
So guys, a lot of that stuff that has been happening right now, the red tape that's been holding crypto back, that's going to be peeled away almost instantly once Trump is elected. And like I said, right now, Trump is making major moves in the crypto space. You have DJT is a technology company. They started off with Truth Social, and now they're looking into establishing their own exchange, and they're going to be working on a variety of different cryptocurrencies. Let me tell you this right now, guys. They're going to position their exchange to be one of the largest in the world and compete directly with Coinbase. This is the truth. And there are going to be a core group of cryptocurrencies that will likely be on that exchange right off the bat. Okay, and I actually do talk about that in the course, in my courses, and also in the blog post I just made for you guys, and that's linked in the description, so you can go check that out and find out what those cryptos are. But this is a pivotal moment, guys. All right, this is a massive moment because this is going to be the largest wealth transfer in history, the largest transfer of wealth in the history of the world. Because the boomers are going to be jumping into this thing and they don't really know what they're doing. The boomers know nothing at all. So there's going to be specific cryptocurrencies that are right off the bat going to take off. Bitcoin is one of them, but it's not going to be the coin that everyone's rushing at. It's basically digital gold. But there's also silver, there's copper, there's platinum. There are all of these others out there. And what it comes down to is understanding the underlying technology. I'll tell you right off the bat, spoiler alert, one of the next big cryptos is Ripple. And I am in XRP. And I am invested in XRP. Do you want me to tell you how much money I made off XRP in just the last 2 to 3 days? My portfolio jumped by over 30%. I have thousands of dollars in crypto right now. My Ripple portfolio jumped by over 30% in just the last 2 days. 2 days. And I share that with you because I want you to understand this is just before the bull run. Now, usually right around Christmas, and this is something I also teach over in the Crypto Academy. I also teach you guys about seasonality. And for example, Bitcoin is going to skyrocket well past 100 by Christmas, more than likely. It'll probably hit somewhere between 120 and $130,000. And then after Christmas ends and in January it's going to start to go down, it's going to experience a market correction. Yeah, I know you're like, what? How would you know this? I know this because there are specific events that cause crypto to shift every year. It's a seasonal thing. So for example, Chinese New Year always causes the value of cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, to go down because people are taking out money to buy gifts for Chinese New Year. So that is something that throws a lot of people off. So if Bitcoin does go down in January, it's completely normal, and it happens typically because of Chinese New Year. It's the beginning of the year. People no longer have a lot of money. They've spent all of their money during the holiday season. And don't forget, we're in this like whole doom spending thing right now. So that factor that in. But don't misunderstand, because Trump is going to be sworn in right around the 20th, 21st of January. And he's going to go to work immediately. I want you to understand, guys, this is going to become a reserve currency. It's going to become a reserve currency. We're going to be holding over 200,000 of these cryptocurrencies, over 200,000 Bitcoins. And then they're going to definitely go into other coins as well. All right. And as the economy gets worse, because it's not going to immediately get better under Trump. Elon even said it. He said that Americans should be prepared for a short period of hardship. Because we already know it's going to get worse. There's going to be a lot of scarcity. There's going to be supply chain issues. Okay? And these are just things that have to be done to fix the country. All right? There's going to have to be a pain period. And that pain period may last a couple of years. That pain period might even last the entirety of Trump's 4 years, where it's going to be extremely painful. People are going, guys, society won't collapse, but groups of people in society will collapse. And they won't have any choice. People will have no choice but to keep guys like Trump around, because we know what the alternative is. We know what happens when you have people like on the left that are printing crap money. We know what it is to have extreme amounts of censorship. All right? We know what the woke mind virus looks like. People are sick of it. So now it's going to come down to individual responsibility. It's going to take him time to to completely abolish the IRS, evidently. Hopefully, that's what he says. He wants to abolish the IRS. He wants to eliminate federal taxes. And guys, think about how amazing this is going to be. The idea of living in a state, maybe Florida will be the first to do it. Florida, to my understanding, they don't have a state tax. They don't have a state income tax. So you have no federal tax. You have no state tax. And then what happens if you're also able to abolish all other taxes? So everything is basically centered around tariffs. And sometimes there might even be things like interstate tariffs. So, for example, if a product is made in one state and it's brought into another state, you may end up with interstate tariffs. And I completely favor interstate tariffs. I absolutely do, because it also creates competition where people in these states are going to begin creating products in these states. So you'll have for example, you will have entire companies, tech companies, that may pop up in these different states, and they develop products in these states, and people will buy their products because, well, to avoid that additional taxation. So the price of these products, they are made in Florida, and they're made in Florida, and they're sold in other states. So these companies, so people who live in that state, they're going to get a benefit. So there's going to be a lot, and it's not just the tech, it's clothing, everything else. I think that's how it's supposed to be. I really, really do. And no more taxes. No more taxes on everything. You want to, put an interstate tariff. If I'm living in Florida, I'll buy bubblegum made in Florida. If you really want me to buy your bubblegum and it was made in another state, you have to basically give me a product that is superior to the product that is being made in Florida. or else I'm going to chew Florida bubblegum. Call it Florida bubblegum. I am going to buy Florida bubblegum. I'm going to buy Florida water. I'm going to buy Florida bread. I'm going to buy all Florida stuff unless you give me a reason why your product is better than the other stuff made in Florida. Okay? I'm going to buy Florida jeans unless your product is superior. And then on top of that, if there are multiple brands, multiple companies making Florida jeans, multiple companies making Florida water, multiple companies doing these things, there's going to be a lot of competition. There's going to be a lot of competition. If Poland Springs wants to do business in Florida, if they don't want to have to pay that tariff, then they're going to make their water in Florida. They're going to make Poland Springs a Florida water. Okay? You're going to make it in Florida. Listen, yeah, sure you get the actual water. A lot of it is tap water anyway, but you get your spring water from whatever other place, but it's shipped over to Florida, and it's, the final process is used over there. You boil it and you add the tap water to it, and then you bottle it up, and then and it comes from Florida. Okay, and we'll buy it in Florida, and there will be no tax. But if you want to ship your Poland Springs that's made in New York to Florida and then try to sell it in Florida, then you're going to pay a tariff. Then there's going to be tariffs on that, and people can pay a tariff on that. But guess what? I won't have to pay. There are ways of avoiding those tariffs by buying products that are made locally in Florida, which is now my choice. So I'm going to help my local economy, and only if I choose to purchase something that is made outside of my local economy, outside of my state economy, will I pay those tariffs. Okay? If I choose to buy a product that came from China, that was made out of my local economy, then I'm going to pay those state tariffs. Then I'm going to pay those international tariffs. Other than that, it's not going to happen. This is so good for America, guys. It gives it, sure, the cost of goods will increase, but the idea of freedom, where they pass it on to the consumer through tariffs, so your higher prices, but you don't have to buy those products. You can also buy things secondhand, guys. There's an entire secondhand market. So, there's a bunch of products that will be sold, phones, laptops, on the secondhand market. And you can buy them that way too. Some of these things are practically brand new or brand new. And because they are not, coming directly from the manufacturer, let's say someone acquired them, they may not, or if they're not sold, they're sold like new, even though they're brand new. That creates a big difference. Sometimes they do that on like eBay, I think, with some products where, they're brand new products, but they're not allowed to be listed as brand new, but they are brand new. So they're sold like new, but then it tells you clearly that the box is sealed, it's never been opened. And you can see it's a brand new product, but they just don't allow you to sell it as a brand new product. And things like that can and will happen. Guys, this is an amazing opportunity for all of us right now. Imagine the elimination of property taxes, where you no longer have a property tax on anything. So you own your property outright. You own your property outright for the entirety of your life. It can never be taken away from you. The state has no business coming to your property, because that's one way that they control you, with property taxes. But once you eliminate those property taxes, they can't touch you anymore. You are free. And it's over for them. It is 100% over for them. Guys, a lot of people will complain. These are brokies. I refer to these punks as brokies, okay? Because they want something for nothing. They want something for nothing, and they don't want to struggle at all, okay? These are the welfare recipients that'll be out there complaining about, oh, this costs this much and blah, blah, blah. No one cares about these people. No one gives a damn about these people. I'm just being honest with you. We're all sick and tired of these people. We're all sick and tired of these people. We're all sick and tired of their behavior. We're all sick and tired of the garbage. We're all sick and tired of the garbage that they put out there. We're sick and tired of it. They're not going to tolerate it anymore. We're not going to play their games anymore. If someone wants something, they're going to have to go and work for it. They're going to have to go and grind for it. They're going to have some kind of sacrifice. There will have to be some sacrifice on their part. Okay? But no more free. Free got us into this trouble. The United States dollar is never going to come back. I'm telling you guys, Trump is playing a losing battle with the United States dollar, but it doesn't matter because what he's doing with crypto is setting up the framework for us to move away from the US dollar, for people to ditch it and say, okay, yeah, we're just jumping to crypto. We are just literally jumping to crypto. I don't really recommend it. Guys, in terms of Bitcoin at this point, you can hold maybe about $100 of it. $100, $1,000 of it. Hold as much of it as it won't, like, basically whatever you're willing to lose. Whatever you can afford to lose right now, that's what you should spend on Bitcoin. So if you can afford to lose $100, put $100. If you can afford to lose $1,000, put $1,000. The reason that investment is basically just about having this money that is going to be digital gold and that you're going to be able to earn from, and it's when it skyrockets, but that continues going up, but it's not going to make you rich. I'm telling you right now, at this point, for $100 investment in Bitcoin is not going to make you rich, but it could give you leverage that you at least have an investment in there. And as it continues to creep up, you have to understand institutions are going to be paying money just to hold Bitcoin. So they'll pay a bunch of different people. Oh, you have this, like, this little portion of Bitcoin. We'll give you interest if you allow us to hold it. Or for example, you bring it like, oh, you have this amount of Bitcoin. We'll give you additional interest on your dollars. So we'll give you even more interest on your dollars if you let us hold your Bitcoin in our bank. Yeah. Interest. So you're gonna give us dollars. What? Increased interest on dollars. So in other words, guys, that just shows you how little your money is actually worth. How garbage fiat currency is. Where they're like, we'll give you a higher interest rate on your savings. So for example, you have $10,000 in the bank. We'll give you a 10% interest rate on that. If you hold that amount of Bitcoin that you have in the bank, we'll give you a 10% interest rate. Because guys, the fiat currency that we have is garbage. It's garbage. It's going downhill. The value of paper money always goes down to zero because they just keep printing more and more and more of that. But they can't do that this time. They can't do that with crypto. And that's what makes the biggest difference right there. Guys, let me ask you something. Let me ask you this. What would you do if tomorrow the banks froze your account, if you woke up, checked your balance, and couldn't access a single dollar? This isn't some far-fetched scenario. When the economy crashes, and it will, big banks won't be able to honor deposits. Your hard-earned money could be locked up, gone, or worth far less than you thought. This is why I created an expat's guide to decentralized banking and off-the-grid living. This course is your survival guide to protecting your wealth and escaping the chaos of a collapsing system. Here's what you'll learn. How to replace your bank account with crypto so you're in control, not the banks. How to get paid in crypto and avoid the fiat system entirely. How to access cash immediately using crypto. No middleman, no delays. And advanced secret banking methods that let you protect and grow your money even without banks or crypto. This isn't just about staying ahead, it's about surviving when the system fails, when banks falter, when ATMs stop working, and when the world looks for answers, you'll already have one. The future is decentralized. If you don't prepare now, you'll be left scrambling later. Click the link in the description and get access to the course today. Protect yourself, your family, and your financial future before it's too late. This course isn't optional. It's essential. Take action now. Guys, it's about to happen. Crypto is about to go to the moon. Don't be left out. Don't be a hater. Don't be one of those people calling Bitcoin a scam. calling crypto a scam when Bitcoin's at $10 million a coin, and other cryptocurrencies I've talked about are in the hundreds of thousands per coin, or in millions themselves as well. Don't be that guy. People will just look at you and think that you're crazy. People will just look at you and start talking crap to you, saying that, you know what? If I had not listened to you, I would have invested in Bitcoin. You damn idiot. You're going to have family cursing you out. You're going to have friends cursing you out. You're going to be the old idiot. You're going to be the guy that sounds completely foolish and saying that, oh, it's going to crash. It's going to crash. And no matter what anyone says to you, you're going to say you don't care. Because realistically, you don't care about the technology. You don't care about anything. You're just going to keep on calling it the tulip mania. Even though it's extremely different, even though it's blockchain, there is real value and utility there. Everyone gets a copy of every transaction ever made on a blockchain. It's a digital ledger. It's for a trustless society. And you cannot make any more of it. But you don't care about these things. You'll continue to say cash is king and using cash that is losing its value as they keep printing more and more of it. And you'll still be chasing it. Even when a loaf of bread is $15. Even when a bottle of Sprite is $7. You'll still be chasing it and saying crypto is a scam, as all your friends that went and invested in crypto are now millionaires and no longer in your life. You'll be like that hick or hillbilly on a farm complaining about, get off my lawn, get off my property. Bro, you live in a trailer and it's not your property. It's a rental. Everyone here pays rent to live in the trailer park, and you need to behave yourself before they kick you out, little bro. Guys, it's about to happen. Crypto is about to go to the moon. Do not miss out. Let me know your thoughts about everything we've discussed here. Check out our academy, Angry's Crypto Academy, linked in the description. And let's talk about everything we talked about here in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away. And cheers.